course. A lot of folks were rooting for Scotty, trying to win the career Grand Slam. Where did you find the toughness and the focus, even though you didn't have the momentum behind you with a lot of the crowd cheers, to kind of still persevere and keep your focus and keep getting it done?
Yeah, New York didn't really like me. I love you guys. But, you know, I get it. You know, some of it's self-deserved. I did some unfortunate things last year that I really regret, and I'm been sorry multiple times, and I'm still sorry. So hopefully I can win you guys over eventually. But I get it. They root for Scotty. Grand Slams only happened a few times, so he's gonna get it. I mean, he's the best player in the world. But today it's my day.
That's Colorado's own Valor High School grad, Wyndham Clark, who won his second U.S. Open, this time out at Shinnecock out there in the Hamptons. Last time it was in Los Angeles. On both occasions, he had to drain a 60-footish putt in two to win, and he did it both times. But people hate Wyndham Clark. Now, listen, we're Colorado folks here. Valor High School is about, 2 miles from where I sit right now. He had his dad come in, on the last minute. I'm not sure why dad's not there on the regular, but he came in. He's got the wife, and he's from the Highlands Ranch area. And, all right, he's got an obnoxious name like Wyndham. But still, he's one of us. And I just did not understand why this guy was hated. But you've never seen anything like this before. It was wild to see a guy with the lead at the U.S. Open, an American, on American soil being booed.
Sounded heavy.
All right.
Added to the list of big-time mishits by Clark. And they swarm around that just across the path.
You can sort of hear it there in the background. Scotty! That's not Wyndham. That's for Scotty Scheffler. So people, as they were paired together, were actively rooting for Scotty Scheffler over Wyndham Clark. I mean, it got kind of ridiculous.
Really hear that crowd in the background. Facts.
It's got to be so unsettling,
and especially when you're making bogeys on every hole.
The dude is yelling Clarked it when he missed a short putt. I mean, it was not a great day for Wyndham Clark. He shot 3 over, and he had a 6-stroke lead going into it. He needed every stroke to win by 1, and it wasn't Scotty Scheffler who came in second either. He didn't have a great day himself. But it was wild. So when he says that, I love you too, I don't believe him for a second. I actually looked up, like, why do people hate Wyndham Clark? All right, he trashed the locker at Oakmont. Okay. He threw a driver at the 2025 PGA Championship that, went askew. Okay. He's perceived as being arrogant and cocky, that sort of thing. All right. I don't know what to say. He's got a little personality. He's got a little flair. He gets pissed off. Should he have trashed the locker at Oakmont? No, you just don't do that. But you're hated? Now, maybe it's just more like we're rooting for Scotty Scheffler, but that's how you're doing it? I heard Vic Lombardi earlier today on Altitude say New York does not deserve any more major golf championships. And he's right. The United States fans were embarrassing at the Ryder Cup. And frankly, the behavior of the New York fans with Wyndham Clark was ridiculous as well. Ridiculous. Even Scotty Scheffler addressed it.
I mean, the crowd was tough today. I mean, New Yorkers, they're tough people. There was a good turnout from the fans. They you like seeing the fans cheer for you. I think balls are kind of going off greens and you start hearing cheers, that felt a bit much to me. But at the end of the day, I can't control fan behavior. It's being in the arena is not for everybody. There's been crowds that have been for me in my career. There's been crowds that have been significantly against me in my career. I think of Portrush was a scenario for me where, Rory's in his hometown, or not his hometown, he's in Ireland and not far from where he grew up. And, crowds can be tough, and being in the arena is not for everybody. And, I think it shows a lot about Wyndham, how he handled not only this golf course, but I think the crowd today as well, and is a, well-deserving champion.
As Wyndham Clark said, today was my day. Hell yeah, Wyndham. That's a goofy name. Okay. Even the guys on the Golf Channel were blown away.
I think it's the worst I've ever seen a player treated. And when you consider it was an American player on American soil, yes, I've seen foreign players. I've seen Colin Montgomery get jeered over here in a Ryder Cup and in major championships. I've seen Brian Harman get jeered at the Open Championship on, to him, foreign soil. I've seen that, but I've never seen an American player on American soil get so jeered. I get it, and I think
was it different than Brooks at Bethpage Black here on Long Island? He had a big lead.
I think when Brooks was stumbling a little bit, yeah, there was some of it, but I don't remember it being present from the first tee on. With every single shot he hit, there were times when he was standing over a shot in the bunker on 4. He was standing over the shot. I heard people yelling, hit it in the bunker, missed the green, cheering for every little miscue that he had today. I've actually never seen anything like that.
Or crickets when.
All right, well, okay. Suck it, world. I guess. Wyndham, strange name, versus everybody. But he's one of us, so congratulations to Wyndham Clark. And I was definitely pulling for Wyndham Clark over Scotty Scheffler. I got nothing bad to say about Scotty Scheffler. Just like I've got nothing bad to say about my great friends from Journey Spice.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Yeah, thank you, Journey Spice. Use the code OFFSEASON26 for Journey Spice. Incredible packaging. Absolute deliciousness. You pinch, you take it off, you put it back on. I love you. Bam. Journey Spice. Okay, on to the Rockies. Michael Lorenzen bummed.
Frustrated after today. Just let too many guys off the hook. Yeah, that was frustrating. I think most of the hits were 2 strikes. A lot of 2 strikes in play pitches because I just couldn't execute a 1-2, 0-2 pitch. That was anywhere near the zone. So it's just one of those things where it's going to keep me up at night because, like I said, I let a lot of guys off the hook. If I could just have executed 1 pitch to a lot of those guys, we're in a much better spot as a team.
Michael Lorenzen needs to be moved to the bullpen. Maybe he can have some sort of productive outings like Sensatella. But as a starting pitcher, he's not good after 3 innings. In fact, it was through 3 that, everything was kind of fine. He got the first 8 batters out in a row. Then he walked number 9. What are we doing? He gave up a hit after that. And then he did get out of that inning, but he was gassed. That was it. And sure enough, after allowing that 1 hit, he allowed 6 more hits in 2 1/3 inning, 4-run, all earned. He did have 5 strikeouts. So when he's dealing and staying ahead of batters, he does all right. But Michael Lorenzen with a 7.11 ERA ain't it. He's a little bit up there. He's 2-9 on the season. He's got one of the worst ERAs of all starters in Major League Baseball. But there are moments, and like Sensatella, who couldn't be a starter anymore, if you're just facing Michael Lorenzen for a short period of time, all right, maybe it's interesting. But, giving up 4 runs, then Juan Mejia comes in and he gives up 4 runs, all earned. And you're like, shit, this thing is over. Well, they didn't realize I was there because, I was there. Why? Because they were giving out these cool shirts for free. So my wife took me there for Father's Day, and she's the best. I love Cat Cave. And I got my free shirt, and you can see that on display last night with Altitude Football with myself and Mike Sanford, where we talked about Mike nailing his prediction for the Rockies winning 30. The next is the road to 63. And a 63-win season would be a 19-game improvement. I'll tell you the one thing about this Rox team. They don't give up. TJ Rumfield, when they're down 8-1 with a couple runners on in the 8th inning.
This ball's in the air to deep right. Going back is Mango. It is gone. There's your 3 spot. TJ with his 12. Here come the Rockies. Who doesn't love a 3-run jack on Father's Day?
That was awesome. My wife, she paid for some good seats. And let me just tell you, when you have good seats on the club level, which, man, what a wife. If you've got like any child under 2 needs to sit in the middle of a group. You don't take a child under 2 and sit them next to the person where there's a stranger on either side. You don't do it. Okay? We got sandwiched by 2 families, groups of 3 or more, and they decided to put the kid next to myself in Cat Cave. You don't do that. Little kid, who shouldn't be at the game anyways, sits in the middle. Also, another one. If you buy good seats, you buy the right to walk around during a baseball game. When you pinch and sit in empty seats, I, in general, don't have a problem with it. There were 40,000 people at the game, and my wife was smart enough and nice enough to buy club-level tickets. You don't pinch club-level tickets in a group of 7 when there's 40,000 people there in the middle of the game. You are allowed to go walk around, charge your phone, get a beverage, get some food, do whatever, and then have the right to return to your seat during a 2.5-hour baseball game and not lose your seat or have to sit somewhere else. And when you're told, get the fuck out of my seat, you don't say to the person, well, whatever's going to make you happy. What's making me happy? Go sit in your own goddamn seat. I'm not saying that shit happened to me yesterday. Meanwhile, Kyle Karros made things more interesting.
This ball line down the line for Karros. Fulford can really run. He's going to get a green light. He's coming home, and the throw's cut off. RBI double, Kyle Karros. Nobody out the ninth. 8-5.
All right, can you feel it? It's exciting. And the night before, there was an incredible vibe with the tarps off and the Rockies chants. The Pirates, this is remarkable, lost 2 one-run games. In both of those games, they had a runner on third base in the 9th inning with nobody out. It's the first time in 50 years a team has had a runner on third and wasn't able to score him in back-to-back games in a one-run game. Hasn't happened in 50 years. They probably weren't even tracking it more than 50 years ago. That is how unusual those 2 wins were for the Rockies and the trouble they escaped. So could they do it again? Could they make a remarkable comeback and overcome a 7-run deficit in the 8th and 9th inning?
Oh, Jay taps Drops it towards second, and the throw gets away. Scrambling home is Karros. It's a 2-run game. The Rockies will get the tying run to the plate. An excuse me hit from McCarthy. And a throwing error on Lau.
Acted just like a bunt, taking it to the right side, 36 miles.
I mean, can you feel it? Can you feel the excitement?
This club this year. Oh, good. Ground ball to short. There's one. And that'll end it. But the Rockies certainly put a scare in the Pirates. The final score, 8-6.
Here's the view from where we were sitting. And by the 9th inning, the small children had cleared out and the annoying people with their yard of beer had departed, but only me and Cat Cave stood tall.
Play to end the game.
Incredible camera work by yours truly. Rockies lose, but I do admire their fight. And with 30 wins through June 22nd, my birthday. And by the way, I heard it on the morning show, and Alfred Williams has given me shit over the years. My birthday is the worst day of the year. Why? Because June 21st is the summer solstice and is the longest day. And starting on my birthday, the sun goes down a little bit later. So everything gets a little shittier on my birthday. Went up to Boulder after the game. Saw both of my boys, so proud of both Connor and Dylan, and had dinner at Pasta J's, which was absolutely fantastic. So thank you to Pasta J's. First, thanks to Pasta J's. Thank you to Connor and Dylan. Thank you to Cat Cave. We're a small but powerful family, the McKees, and I love them all very much. So I had a wonderful Father's Day, and everybody can basically ignore me for my birthday. That being said, the Broncos had some fun, and good news, the Broncos signed up Tyler Oniendum, so all of their draft picks are signed up. That's good news to hear. We'll have more later tonight with Chad Brown about Marvin Mims and what he was doing at camp, while the rest of his teammates, or a good chunk of them, were out on a boat. I'm on a boat. Is Marvin Mims that left out? Tonight at 6 p.m., myself and Chad Brown will hash that up as we continue with Altitude Football, and we shall see you then. So make sure you like and subscribe, and yeah, man, I'm sorry my birthday is so crap.
Stop the play. At first you're thinking,
why is he not throwing it?
Yeah. Hey, yo, get down. Come on, man.
Yeah.